Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully we have a few more people come in with the change of room numbers. So I'm glad you all found where we were today. Thanks for coming. Today's the 7th of the 8 Career Readiness series. And today's one I'm really excited about. It's teamwork and collaboration. Now to get started, what are your initial impressions or thoughts about teamwork? Let's say your teacher assigns a group project. What are some of your initial thoughts or feelings? And you can be honest.
I don't like it at all because then my grade is kind of dependent on someone else's participation, but I understand in the real world teamwork is very important.
Perfect, thank you. Any other thoughts?
I think it depends a lot on like the class I'm in and who my teammates are. Because like if you have teammates that you trust or that you're friends with or like work hard, then being on a team can be really productive and it can make it so you have a lot less work to do. But if like you were saying, if it's a team where you don't really know anybody and there's not a lot of synergy within the team, then it just makes it like more work for everybody.
Yeah, great feedback. I always liked when I could choose my teams over being assigned, but we don't always get the choice. So I think that even touched on the wide spectrum of opinions of group projects. You may fall more on the end of you end up doing all the work yourself, so you just really want everyone to do their part. Or maybe you're the person that makes people hate group projects, and maybe some self-reflection and evaluation would be good there, where you're turning in your section at 11:59 when it's due at midnight. No one likes that. But wherever you're at today, I hope that you can get to a point really after this presentation and with some more interaction and participation in group projects that you're excited and you're pumped to be a part of a team. So I realized today in planning this presentation that you can only learn so much about teamwork and collaboration with listening to a presentation or even reading a book. And so today we're going to participate in an interactive case study where we're going to really hone in on those skills of teamwork and collaboration. So in what Deloitte is calling a retail renaissance, the companies that are having the most success are those that are combining physical and digital shopping into one experience that aligns with consumer needs. Amazon and Nike store concepts maximize speed and convenience by combining digital offerings with a physical retail location. So to give you an idea of those combining physical and digital offerings, I'm going to show you a quick video, one of Nike and then next of the Amazon Go.
Nike by Melrose just opened today, and it's all about LA.
We really built this store for our local members.
Users of the Nike Plus app and Nike.com customers.
Everything from the products to services is informed by the 5 zip codes that are adjacent to the store.
Nike Senior Product Director Sean Madden says, for example, these women's tights are in high demand in the area.
So we've committed to having them here all year long.
Instead of only during certain seasons. For the guys, you can expect to see this hoodie year-round. Another very LA product, this.
We started studying buying patterns. 1 out of every 50 pair of Nikes sold in LA is a Cortez.
The store also offers a customized shopping experience. If you know what you want, you can reserve it, and it'll be placed in one of these lockers, or pick it up at the shoe bar. There's also curbside service, complete with a parking space.
You can also text the store.
You text 424-277-NIKE, and you can get what you want, when you want it.
There you go, John.
It's not quite that fast, but it's pretty darn close.
If you text us in the morning, same day.
If you need help picking out something, you can book an appointment with an associate known as athletes and even reserve a fitting room.
I like both because sometimes you just want to get in and get out. You don't want to be hassled by many different sales associates.
Nike Plus members like Francisco and Naya also get freebies here in this vending machine. You scan your membership, pick out what you want, and it's yours.
Every 2 weeks you get a different item, so it's cool. Just a way to just bring people into the store.
So you'll be here how often now?
Probably every 2 weeks.
This customer says he hopes in 2 weeks the freebie will be
a pair of shoes.
In West Hollywood, Joe Kwan, CBS 2 News.
Okay, so that's the Nike Live, and then here's Amazon Go. So it has some really high-tech cameras and scanners, and so when you walk in, it activates it, and then the scanners and cameras help know which items have been removed and added to your bag, and then as you're walking out, those scanners will catch it as well. But if you notice on the phone, it's adding things as they grab something and then taking it away if they put it back. What are some of your thoughts about those? Nike Live, Amazon Go, do you like it? Would you use it?
Sounds weird, but I don't like super friendly customer service. It's like, what are you looking for? Anything I can help you out with today? And are always just asking you if there's anything I can do for you. I really just prefer going in, grabbing what I want, and just leaving. So I would really like that.
Awesome, thanks. Any other thoughts?
I like the Nike store, just the idea, like the marketing technique of the vending machine. That's kind of like a really good way to get people to come back.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, the guy is gonna for sure be back to get his free stuff and probably buy other stuff.
Yeah, I like that too. And I also like how the Nike Live store is really specific to that market. So they have really specific products for that LA market because they've done a lot of data analysis to know which regions like which products. So really cool, and I think we'll see a lot of cool changes in the future. So,
I love the scan and go at Sam's.
yeah.
I use it every time I go in. I never have to talk to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you like bring the scanner with you and you scan everything?
I just use my phone. When you go, you don't have the scan and go.
I haven't yet.
So you just download the scan and go, and when you go in, you just do the Q code,
Uh-huh.
and it comes up on your phone. You hit submit, you charge it to your Visa, you walk out the door. They just scan it as you walk out. You don't go to the checkout at all.
That's awesome. I'll have to use that next time I go. Okay, so we're going to split into teams. So we'll need 3 to 4 per team. So move around, and you're going to do a case study. So I have Post-it notes if that helps you brainstorm. You're welcome. Let me know if anyone wants sticky notes. Mm-hmm.
But calls is like that too.
Okay, so you'll go at your own pace. I'll give you some time check-ins so you can stay on track. But the first thing that you'll want to do is select a company, decide as a team other than Amazon or Nike. And the CEO of your company that you select is wanting to open 3 locations similar to using this tech model by the end of 2019. So the CEO, she's tasked you to complete the following with your team, and you'll go through those steps. So go ahead and choose your team, your company. Okay, did everyone make it through the challenges question? Is everyone through that part? Okay, so we'll come back together as a group, and we're going to have each group walk us through their questions, the challenges that the CEO tasks them with. So let's have this front group start. Pick someone from your team to talk about the company and walk us through who you chose for your team, why, and walk us through those first couple of questions.
We chose Firehouse Pizza for our company, and then so you just want us to walk through the questions?
Yeah, who did you pick for your team?
For our team, we wanted a marketing person because they can understand more what the people are wanting and what's popular at that time. And then we also wanted an MIS person or an IT person to develop the system, and then a chef because everyone wants good pizzas.
Good call.
And then for the second question about whether our model's more like Amazon or Nike's, we said it's more like Nike's, but we can incorporate some of Amazon's aspects as well.
Yeah, so how were you going to infuse technology into Firehouse Pizza?
Good question. So we thought it was similar to order online and then show up and it's like ready for you. You can just pick it up and leave. And it's also like Nike because we can do a reward system where every couple of weeks you get a free cookie or a free item from the menu. And then it's like Amazon because we can have things ready that haven't been like purchased or claimed, but you can just like walk in and choose it really fast and then leave as well.
That's a good idea.
And then we also said like checking on the app to be able to make sure that, hey, they have Hawaiian pizza ready, and then you can just go get it really easy.
That's a good idea. Let's give you a break, Sierra, and let's have someone else from the team jump in up next. So what are the 3 locations?
I can talk about those. So our 3 locations, we want to do one on campus. Some of the cons are like maybe students are poor, so you maybe use some lower priced items as well as like middle and higher priced items. But the pros are there's like lots of students and they're busy and they know how to use technology, so like they'll be attracted to a store that you can get in and out of quickly and eat a pizza fast. Our other location is Salt Lake. The pros is there's lots of people. The cons is that it's kind of, there's already a lot of pizza places, but there's also lots of people. So. Then our last one was Providence. We kind of did a local company, and so we thought it would be fun to keep it local. And we chose Providence because the north end of the valley is growing really quickly. There's lots of newer housing and lots of newer families coming in there. And so the pros are that it is local and we can kind of keep it in the valley. The cons is that maybe the people that live over there wouldn't understand the tech, or it'd be easier to just go somewhere that they're already used to. And also that there might not be enough people still. Yeah, so those are 3 locations.
Great. And keeping it local is a great idea. Even Amazon Go, their first 3 locations were in Seattle, where the headquarters were, and people were lined up. They were so excited. People are very excited about Amazon, I think everywhere, but especially if you live in Seattle. And then their 4th location was Chicago, so different things to take into account. Let's have another team member talk about what challenges should your company be ready to meet.
I can do this one.
Great.
So we talked about first like security, because you don't want people just coming in to steal things. You need to make sure that they're actually paying for them and buying them. And then talk about supply too, like you need to have fresh ingredients and things. Like you can't be, it's not like Nike where it's like we don't sell a shoe today, next day you can. It's like you need to have fresh things every day to make these pizzas. And then also marketing, getting people to buy into the tech and like download the apps and things like that.
Awesome. Yeah, security is a huge issue for any of these, especially when you don't have a cashier and someone's able to just walk out. There's different ways that people can get around it. So great feedback. Let's jump over here. What company did you choose?
Let the student. That'll be better.
Okay, we'll jump over here.
We chose House supporting this, and I think for the team to complete the implementation, like we want like an MIS team or like in computer science or marketing team who people who know like how to use data to like to see which products to sell at different states or locations.
Mm-hmm.
So ours is pretty similar for the majority of the model that we're calling is Nike's. We really liked implementing, so I guess our demographic that we're focusing on are kind of like hipster college students with owls, you know, hammocking, rock climbing, hiking, all that stuff. And so we decided every college student loves free stuff, so we really wanted to implement the rewards program with that, which we liked from Nike. And then, what else did we say? Dylan was saying something about brick and mortar.
We liked how Nike started out as a brick and mortar store and how Amazon was basically started out as digital. Mm-hmm. So we want to follow their model a little bit more and implement more of like supporting the brick and mortar with digital as opposed to just completely taking over online sales.
Yeah.
We also thought that the rewards program right now, Owls only has like coupon discount codes and stuff like that for people who are I guess they have VIP members or whatever, they get discount codes, but they don't get any type of free, like you spend so much amount of money and you get a free hammock or something like that. So it might be something that we can implement digitally.
Yeah, and I liked the idea of the vending machine too. That is something at Sam's Club that I use. It's always something small, but you scan your card and it'll be like a Rice Krispie treat, which my baby always loves, or like a little thing of fruit snacks or something like that. So I think that's awesome. Yes?
Especially for a store like Al's that has a name brand locally but doesn't have a name brand much bigger than Logan. It's a great way to give away products that bear the name Al's, and then just like another form of marketing.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so I am curious, what were the locations you chose for Al's?
So we wanted to focus on the Logan location first, just because we need to bring it up to date, we need to digitalize it and get kind of our model set. And
Great.
then we wanted to reach out to areas like Boise, Idaho.
That's a good one.
Similarly, it's really outdoorsy, but it's really big and has a variety of people and demographics. And then also places like Boulder, Colorado. I think it would do really well there.
Great. Next, what are some of the pros and cons to each location? So Boise and Boulder, what would be some of the pros and cons to opening there?
Well, I feel like the cons, so I have like a lot of friends who are from Idaho and they go all about guns. So like I feel like Idaho base would be like all focused on like guns, hunting, fishing, but I feel like with like local politics after each massive mass shooting, there's basically reducing the gun sales. So I feel like that could be like a cons towards that, and towards government potential restrictions. I don't know. And I think pros is that like Colorado, there's like a lot more fishing and all that stuff, so we can focus more on that demographics and less towards like climbing or something like that.
Yeah, I like that your team brought that out. That's really important, that each location is going to have a bit of a different market, and you brought up some really important aspects of political and environmental concerns that you'd want to take into account. So when choosing locations too with a team, companies don't just randomly choose locations most of the time. Usually someone in the company or someone on the team has a tie or understands, or they've done a lot of market research to understand that area. So I'm really glad that you brought those up. Last, what challenges should your company be ready to meet in terms of marketing, supply, and security?
So like you said, one of the big issues that we're going to have to worry about is navigating politics, which might also kind of connect to security. If we're in an area, we sell a lot of guns, a lot of outdoor things, a lot of hunting equipment, you also have to, like, there's going to be protests, or there are going to be, these big things that are going to meet us that we kind of have to overtake. Another challenge that we're going to have to face is finding a way to tailor to that specific crowd. So that's going to be probably the couple biggest challenges that we'll face.
That's great. Yeah, and maybe you bring up a point where perhaps you want someone with some experience with public relations on your team as well. As you get into it, sometimes you draw on the experiences of others in your company, and even if they're not specifically on your team, you can reach out to them as a resource. So that's great. Anything this team wants to add about theirs?
We had a couple of things we came up with I thought was good. When you go to market a place, I think you need someone local. When Maverick came back into town and redid things, they put their Mavericks on the corner where they needed them because somebody that lived here knew that. Another thing.
So I love what Lindsay talked about the fact that Amazon and Nike, you tell them.
Well, one thing that stood out to me with with what Nike did, you don't need a new pair of shoes every week or every month even. Like you really don't need that product that often. So they incentivized people to come in with those vending machines to get products, to get them in the store more often, where a lot of their customers wouldn't be there that often. So depending on you know, the market that you're launching, there's pros and cons, I think, to both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's great, understanding how often might our main consumers be coming in, what can we do to incentivize them, so that's great feedback. So as a whole, how do you think major stores such as Walmart, some really solid brick and mortar companies that have been around forever, how might they change in the future under this new digital age fusing in technology? Any ideas? I mean, we're already seeing some changes.
I think that one challenge they're going to face in making changes will be that, like, technology is cool, but you don't want technology to make it more difficult than it was before. So, like, Amazon Go is incredible, but you can't do that in a full store base because there'd be way too many products that require way too much technology to be able to, like, precisely identify those types of things. So it'll be like I think that it'll be interesting to see how companies balance technology without pushing it too far or making it too complicated.
That's a really good point. And it's going to depend on the company how much technology you're going to bring in. I like that. And I heard your group talking about grocery store pickup, which is huge, and that's a game changer. A lot of companies are incorporating that, and we might see that more and more aside from just grocery stores. Any other ideas how companies might change?
I think companies like Walmart are going to have to really narrow their focus on the products that they want to focus on, and like, because Amazon will beat them hands down almost every time when it comes to some things like electronics, stuff like that, unless it's like Black Friday sales.
Right.
But more locally based things that expire, food, so on and so forth. I think they're kind of have to pick and choose what they want to compete with the big digital companies.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to move on. Thanks for participating. I think you guys have some really great feedback. If I was a CEO of a company, I'd want you guys on my team. I think really great perspectives. So in conclusion, talking about teamwork and collaboration in general, what are some things that maybe made you think about teamwork differently, or did you have any insights that might change how you approach teamwork in the future?
I think it's cool to see how everyone builds off each other's ideas, because you could do something on your own, but you wouldn't have all the perspectives of everyone else, whether it's looking at a pro or a con.
That's great. Yeah, definitely the value of a team that you just can't get on your own. Even if you feel like you can be more effective, you don't like juggling, working with other teammates. That's great. Any other thoughts?
I think just don't limit your perspective on who a team member could be. So in my social work program right now, we talk about task groups. And if you had a task group to help the refugee community, you would want a refugee on the board making decisions with you. So I feel like on your team with business, you also kind of want to incorporate that model of having somebody, your focus group, on the team so that they can put input.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely. If you're expanding to a local area, why not bring someone in local to be able to ask some of those questions and brainstorm? That's awesome. And we had something over here.
It's just kind of along the same lines that when you're developing a team for this project even, you need people from all different sorts of fields to be able to make it successful. And it's naive to think that one person could know all of that information and do it well. So you need to appreciate what other people can bring to the table.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. And that goes right into line with one of my biggest takeaways about teamwork and collaboration in general is one of the most important things is really knowing yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What can you bring to the table? Maybe you're someone that takes a little bit more initiative, so when you have a group, you take the lead on things and you help organize and delegate out. Maybe you're someone who's really good at supporting team members and you can jump around and help someone when they're stuck or maybe feeling discouraged about a certain aspect of the project. But I think it's really key to be able to know yourself and know that you have a lot to contribute and add to the team, and you can be able to share that and focus in on your strengths. And as well as if you have the opportunity to choose a team, if you know your weaknesses really well, you're going to want to choose people who can help strengthen those weaknesses and who are very different from you. So in general, I've read some research where we often end up being friends or associating with people that are similar to us. But when you have a team, or if you're a CEO, when you're trying to create a board, you really want people that have conflicting views from you so that you can sort out those ideas and have different perspectives. But overall, I hope that you can have a more positive view. Maybe the next time you get assigned a group project, that you can be excited that you're going to be having someone, no matter who they are or what their background is, that they're going to have some different views and feedback than you are, which can only make your project stronger. So thank you so much for coming, and enjoy the rest of your Friday.